All right, I got Nate Russell back on the show, and he has a fight May 8th at Ultimate Battleground 7 against Josh Smith. Nate, how's it going, man?
It's going down. It man, just hearing this shit gets me hyped. I want
Yeah,
to go right now, man. It's taking too long for this fight to come up, man. It's like every day. It's like, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go right now. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. I mean, the last time that we actually spoke, you were getting ready to defend your ammo title against Blaze Robinson, and coronavirus obviously canceled that fight, man. Just tell me how frustrating it's been for you throughout this last year waiting to get in there and step in and compete again.
It hasn't actually been that bad because I spend a lot of time with my family, enjoying more time with my kids. Playing around and watching them grow and develop as people compared to like just fighting and training all the time and focusing on myself. You know what I mean? But that first like week, because they canceled the fight the day of the weigh-ins, like 2 hours before weigh-ins, that was really frustrating. But as time went on, I started focusing more on the kids and my girlfriend, and getting better as a fighter and all that stuff. So I made the most of it. I'm not gonna sit here and complain about this and all that and look at all the negatives. You look for the positive things.
No, for sure. How did COVID and everything affect your ability to stay in the gym though and train and sharpen your skill set? Were you able to be consistent?
It was rough the first couple of months. It was rough. I just started buying a whole bunch of home gym equipment. I set up a whole thing in my basement. And then like I got punching bags, I got double M bags, I got a whole weight machine, and I just started doing what I had to do in the basement. I got wrestling mats and practice like shadow wrestling and shadow boxing, and I was doing that for a while. And it was taking a toll on me mentally because it's not the same as being in the gym. You know what I mean? First, you're not with people, so it's not social. And then second, you're not going through all the regular practices that you usually go through, like hitting pads and dealing with people. It was hard. It felt like it was a lot harder to get better on my own compared to dealing with the team and all that. You don't get any feedback either. It's just whatever you think.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. How did this last year with the pandemic and everything affect your normal day-to-day life? Like with your family, your kids, your job? Like tell me a little bit about that aspect.
Well, with the kids, it was awesome because my kids aren't in school yet. You know what I mean? So I was just with the kids. Almost my daughter just started school like a couple of months ago. I think recently, not a couple of months ago, but recently. And but I was spending a lot of time with the kids, and I'm a teacher too, so I've been out. You know what I mean? So I've been home. We just went back to school like 2 months ago, so I've been home since like last March, just with the kids every day. I get on the computer, do what I had to do, but I'm still at home, and I can still interact with them and be with the kids. You know what I mean? Especially because like a lot of kids weren't showing off from remote learning, and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to come to class and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So it hasn't, like I tell you, I've been looking at the positives. Spending more time with the family and getting doing that type of thing.
I know one positive that a lot of people have said that's come out through this whole pandemic is people have gotten into a lot of new Netflix shows or TV shows or whatever. Like I'm sure you've watched something. Give me a couple suggestions that you and your family have watched and you really liked.
I don't watch any of it. I don't watch TV at all, man. When I'm not training, like my TV shows are like Octonauts and Ryan's YouTube channel and like Paw Patrol and that type of thing. Like I don't watch no TV. Like I watch movies. That's it. But like as far as shows or anything like that goes, most of my time is with my kids, just playing with them and messing around with them. You know what I mean?
No,
And
I
fights. I watch the fights. That's about it.
well, let's talk about the fights then, because there has been just a zillion different unbelievable fights at the UFC and Bellator. Now you got PFL in the mix. Like, tell me a couple of fights that really stood out to you that have been like the highlight over the last year.
Oh man, there's off the top of my head, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But I remember Garbrandt sent this dude to the moon. He hit the dude with a right hook from outer space and just leveled him. I remember that. Obviously, Ben Askren get knocked out with the flying knee. And, Mighty Mouse just got knocked out. I was surprised to see that, especially because he was such a heavy favorite going into that. Pacquiao won. Pacquiao put Thurman on his ass. Chocolatito and Estrada just had a war. They went to war. Regis Prograis just won. Lomachenko lost. I can't believe Lomachenko lost. That was a shock. But he came on way too late. But in my opinion, when he did come on, like, he was giving Teofimo the Lopez. Those are just the ones on top of my head, but there's so many more.
Yeah, well, you clearly watch a lot of fights. There's no arguing that. With the ammo, you not being able to defend your belt because of the pandemic and everything. One of the things that I've noticed, especially regionally, is that amateur fighters, they're basically stuck. They can't compete. They can't do their thing. It's only if you're pro. So that was one of the questions I had for you was, did you ever consider to go pro, or did you feel like, you know what, I'm just going to wait, I'm going to bide my time, I'm going to stay amateur, take a fight that comes, maybe defend the ammo belt, and then turn pro, down the line? Like, run me through like what you've been thinking as far as that goes.
Well, I was just talking to my friend about that last night. Actually, it's like a lot of amateurs are turning pro just so that they can get fights, even though they might not want to. But I mean, for me, it wasn't like it wasn't anything like, oh, I got to go pro so that I can fight, or I'm gonna stay amateur to do. Like, if it comes, it comes. If I feel like I'm ready, my coach feels like I'm ready, then we'll start looking at pro fights. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm looking forward to pro and this and that, or I'm gonna lay back and focus on, you know what I'm saying? Every day I go to the gym, practice what I feel needs to be worked on, or my coach feels that needs to be worked on, and at the end of whenever it's how long it takes, then hey, let's go pro now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a goal set. Like, by the end of the month, I'm going pro. 6 months, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's whenever it happens. I'm not trying to rush it, and I'm not trying to like fall back and let it, it happen when it does.
Yeah, I talked to Bill Vigil recently, and he really hopes that he can put on another ammo event at some point here this summer. Is it safe to say that you hope that you'll be on that card defending your belt?
Depends on who it's against. I mean, there's some guys I definitely want to fight. I don't want to call any names out because I got this fight coming up, and I need to look forward to that one. But I mean, I really want to fight for Cage Titans, and I really want to fight for Cage Wars, which I couldn't get a fight with Cage. A couple of fights fell through with Cage Wars before the pandemic as well. But I haven't had the fight to get back in Cage Titans yet, and that's been kind of frustrating, especially with the pandemic. So hopefully, I mean, they get back on their the grind. They can start holding shows again too. But I mean, if they give me the right opponent, yeah, I'm definitely down for ammo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that'd be exciting to see you down there at the Big E again here soon. Tell me about this camp, man. How has it been thus far? I mean, I'm sure you're just itching to get in there come fight night.
It is grinding every day. Every day, I'm thinking about just going everything to the wall. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving everything every day is 100%. Every day is like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm gonna be fighting the next day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to perfect every little technique, and every day I feel something else needs to be perfected, and I go back and try to rework the blueprint and try to figure out what else can be done better. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm good, and the next day it's like, oh no, I gotta fix it again. You know what I'm saying? So every minute is like grinding. You know what I'm saying? Especially with running. I hate running too. I hate running, but with the cams, you gotta run with cams. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Who have been some of your main training partners this time? Has it been the same guys, or have you had anybody new in the mix this camp?
Basically, I mean, the same guys. I switched a little things up. I used to go to Ascension a lot before, but I can't do that now because my daughter started school, so I wasn't getting any time with her, and the kids were going to sleep early. So I stopped going over there, but I go to Fisheye Wrestling now. I've been doing a lot of Underdog. I've been doing the JSA a lot. I haven't been in Thornton in a while, but I wish I could make it over there more. I haven't had the time to go to Thornton. I still go to FACT. That's about it, really. Anthony Alvarado, Carlos Candelario, David Durao, Nate Reed, Tim Flores, AJ. I forgot AJ's last name. And I forgot Ron's last name. Sorry, guys. My bad. Too many names to remember off the top of my head. If I left anybody out too, like this is just like off the moment too.
Well, clearly that's a group of killers that you're training with day to day. What's the weight at, man? Like how is this weight cut going? I know we're still a little ways out, but May 8th will be here before you know it.
I've been hovering around 31, 32. I'm trying to keep it like that before I actually drop. So if I can be that weight until the Wednesday, the Thursday before the fight, I'll be fine. But I haven't had any problems keeping it around right now, 31, 32. So it's pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm having no problems with that. And I'm not sitting here like, oh, I need Doritos or I want a cheeseburger and pizza. Like I don't feel any type of those urges at all. I'm straight. I mean.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Tell me about the venue come fight night, Ultimate Battleground 7. Are they going to be allowing, X amount of fans in? Like, you know what that situation is going to be like?
I don't know about the fans. I mean, they're selling tickets and they're giving links to tickets, which is a brilliant idea. I don't know why they keep doing it paper tickets over here, but they have a link, so you can just go online and buy the ticket and do it digitally. But I don't know how many people they're letting in the building. Obviously, they don't think I'm going to be sending a whole crowd down there. You know what I mean? So they're probably just like, hey, send what you can, and they didn't really give me any information about how many people are going to be allowed in the building and capacity and all that with COVID rules and all that type of thing. But it's in Myrtle Beach. You know what I mean? So, like, everybody wants to go to Myrtle Beach. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, let's drive to, in the middle of nowhere where, there's nothing really around. Everybody wants to go to the beach. You know what I mean? And it's at a resort. So there's a whole bunch of things to do at the resort on the beach in 80-degree weather. You know what I mean? So after the fight, before the fight, you chilling. After the fight, you chilling. It's like a whole vacation compared to going somewhere else where you go to the fight, you drink, and then you go home. You eat something. It's a different experience.
Yeah, that sounds exciting, man. If I was down in that area, I'd 100% be there. Who's going to be in your corner come fight night?
Well, we're bringing a couple of guys. David Jarrell is coming with me. Deanna Lee. I don't remember how to say her name. She's a young grappler coming up with the team. We got a couple other guys that don't fight that's going to be coming. Obviously, my coach, Jeremy Lubashevsky's going to be there. And that's about it that I know from camp. Okay. I'm not sure who my second corner is going to be yet.
Yeah, we're still a little ways out. What do you know about your opponent, Josh Smith? Have you watched any tape on him? How do you like this matchup?
He's left-handed. That's all I know. I know he's left-handed. I don't watch tape. I let my coach watch tape, and I'll figure it out and let him figure the game plan out, what we need to do, and how to approach it and all that. When I watch tape, like I start to overanalyze and overthink everything, and it messes everything up for me mentally. So instead of planning what I need to be doing, I'll plan what this person is doing or what they're going to do, and you can't control what somebody's going to do. You know what I'm saying? You can just, you know what I mean? You just have an idea, and I'll overemphasize everything, and it ruins my whole mentality. So I mean, my coach handles that part for me.
Gotcha. I assume your confidence is at an all-time high, though. Are you expecting to go in and put on a dominant performance and maybe get a finish or a knockout, or do you feel like this guy is super tough and it could go the duration?
I'm sure he's a tough guy. I know he's taken some time off. I think like 3 or 4 years maybe, but he's got a solid record. If he didn't take so much time off, he would probably be highly ranked in the region in the Southeast. I know he wants to go pro. If he wasn't gonna go pro this one, I think he's gonna go pro next one. But that's all I really know about him. I mean, I'm definitely going 100%, but I can't say I'm like, oh, I'm gonna dominate him, because I don't know. Like I'm not a cocky. I know I'm gonna go over there and do the best that I can do. You know what I'm saying? And try not to ruin anything and do any bad habits. But I can't say, oh, I'm gonna get a knockout. I'm gonna sub him out. I'm gonna tap him out, and the ref's gonna stop it and I'm knock his head off. Like, I don't know any of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna see how the fight goes. I'm gonna hit him as hard as I can when I can hit him as hard as I can, and I'm gonna move when I need to move. That's all I could really say about that.
Okay, well, I know everyone's excited to see you compete again, my friend Nate. Always a pleasure.
Man, I am excited to get in the ring again, man. This shit can't come fast enough. Yo, I'm telling you, man, this shit got me hyped, yo.
Well, May 8th, Nate Russell will take on Josh Smith at Ultimate Battleground 7. Always a pleasure to chat with you, my friend. Before I let you go, I'm sure you have people that you want to thank, and tell people where to follow you on social media.
Hey, shout out to my girlfriend, Sophia Khan, man. She definitely holds me down with the meal prep and the at home family structure, and just keeping everything together for me when everything needs to be held together. My kids, and they're the best part of my day, coming home and see my kids every day. You know what I mean? And besides that, like everybody that helps out with the family and the camps, and I already named all the training partners and all my coaches. If I left anybody out, man, I'm sorry, man. It's just coming off the top of the head right now. I didn't just write anything down, but yeah, that's about it, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. Great to talk to you again. Look forward to doing it again soon.
Yo, thanks for the time, man. I appreciate that, man. Hartford, we out here, man. Southeast. We're gonna go hit the beach, man. Tune in. There's gonna be a link. They don't give us a link until later on, but once I get the link, I'm gonna post it so everybody can stream it if they're gonna be interested,